In this episode, we talk about the very first brain implant for treating epilepsy. We also talk about Hemant Soren's decision to return to the position of the Chief Minister of Jharkhand. But first we talk about a couple being assaulted in public by a TMC functionary in West Bengal. Hi, I am Niharika Nanda and you are listening to Three Things, the Indian Express news show. Last week, the ruling Trinamool Congress government in Bengal came under fire after one of its functionaries was caught on camera whipping and assaulting a couple at a Salisha Sabha or a kangaroo court, allegedly over an extramarital affair. In the video, the functionary can be seen mercilessly whipping the man and the woman after they are dragged into the Sabha surrounded by people. The video of the assault and public shaming later went viral, prompting the opposition to compare the scene to the Taliban's dispensation of justice. To tell us more about the incident and how it unfolded, Indian Express's Sweety Kumari joins us. Sweety, last week a video went viral of a man brutally assaulting two people in West Bengal. Can you tell us what do we know about this incident?
Yeah, so there's this video which has gone viral, and the video depicts a horrifying scene. A woman clad in a yellow kurta and a man in shirt and pant. They're surrounded by a group of men. Some people are, recording the video. Few are enjoying the public justice system. And the man is lying on a ground while being ruthlessly bitten with a broom. Both the woman and the man are seen pleading before the accused who is now arrested. See, the woman in the video, you will see the woman is continuously pleading for mercy, but she is being dragged by her hairs. And then the man in the video is using a weapon, I would say, or a tool. It's basically, a bamboo stick, which looks like it was customized for this particular punishment. So basically, the woman was in a relationship, I would say, with this man. And when the villagers found that, they decided to punish them publicly, and they were beaten up brutally. She was, dragged by her hair. She was kicked. She was abused. Slangs were used. And this all was done in full public view.
And the man at the center of this entire incident, the one who was beating the couple, is Tajimul Islam. Tell us a bit about him.
Yeah, so this man, Tajibul Islam, is basically a Trinamool supporter in the area. And this guy is famous for giving, quick justice through his Insaf Sabha. And now what is Insaf Sabha? So basically, this particular area in Chopra district has this system where if somebody has a property dispute or there is any couple related issue, they solve it through Shalishi Sabha. So they don't go to police station often, and just some senior villagers sit and they announce punishment. This Tajimul Islam is popularly known as JCB because of his, huge physique and dominant behavior. And, he is known to, destroy opposition. And he's basically a strong man of the area. So he is called often to execute the punishment which is announced during the Salisi Sabha, or so to say Kangaroo Court. Now JCB also enjoys good clout in political party. He has good relationship with political leaders. There are a lot of cases against him, like in Chopra alone. I would say that I was talking to one of the cop, and he said that at least 10 to 12 cases are against him. And these cases are not just normal physical assault, normal cases. They are serious cases against him. There are murder charges. There are criminal intimidation charges against him. So, his name had also cropped up in a case where CPIM worker was killed ahead of Panchayat election in 2023. So JCB is basically very popular. In fact, if you speak to a kid in the area, in that particular village, you will know that they all know him by this, nickname or this JCB short form of his name. And he has a house which is, in contrast to rest of the houses in the area. So you can easily make out that he is a very influential and strong man in the area who is often, called and who takes pride in giving street style justice.
And Sweety, this happened last week. Talk about the kind of action that has been taken against him and whether he has been arrested so far.
Yeah, JCB is currently in police custody. After the incident, after the video went viral, police arrested him on Sunday, a day after, the video had gone viral. And he was arrested under very serious charges because, we have a new criminal law. But the case was registered before July 1st. So it was recorded under IPC sections. The sections include 354, which is outrage of modesty, 307, which is attempt to murder, and causing grievous hurt to someone. So there are some serious sections under which he has been booked, and he is currently in police custody in this case.
And after the video went viral, the opposition compared the TMC's governance to that of the Taliban. So talk about the political reactions this incident prompted.
So, Niharika, basically, oppositions are targeting the ruling government because one, Tajimul, locally they say that he was very close to the Chopra MLA Hamidur Rahman. And initially, Hamidur Rahman had also defended the act. When we talk about the Taliban kind of, opposition comparing West Bengal to Taliban, that is because we know that when you see the video, that it will give you goosebumps. It is gruesome, it's horrifying. And when you see the video, you know, Taliban style of street justice, you will see that it is very similar to that. And this video has triggered massive uproar with opposition, and the opposition has started questioning the law and order situation of the state.
And Sweety, has the TMC reacted to this incident as well? Have we heard anything from its leaders?
So, the local MLA Hamidur Rahman had initially said that the incident is very unfortunate, but he supported the act by saying that, he had questioned the character of the girl and said that she was indulged in some un-Islamic activities which is not accepted socially. And hence, this is the way Salisi Sabha and sometimes, in Muslim Rashtra, he had used this term. I'm talking about Chopra MLA Hamidur Rahman. And he had said that in Muslim Rashtra, it is very common that such street-style punishments are given. Justice is delivered like that. So naturally, after this Rahman's comment and the video going viral, opposition have started attacking ruling government, comparing West Bengal with Taliban. If we talk about TMC at large, then in a statement, TMC leader Shantanu Sen had condemned the incident, and he had said that we do not support any such actions. And but there was a strict instruction from the party that action should be taken by the police, and police had also registered a case. But when it comes to Kangaroo Court, TMC not openly defending it, but they further questioned UP and Bihar, and they targeted BJP, saying that Kangaroo Court and this culture is very common in the states which are ruled by BJP. And recently, a day before, Trinamool Congress has show-caused this Chopra MLA Hamidur Rahman in this case.
And tell us a bit about the couple in question. Has any action been taken against them?
So this man who was seen in the video is married and has 4 children. The woman is also married for 18 years and she also has 2 children. So there are allegations that they were in an illicit relationship. When I was talking to the woman in Chopra, she also confessed that she was, in love with this man for last 5 years, and that was her personal thing. Legally, there has been no action against them, but it was a social trauma for the couple.
And you also had the opportunity to talk to the woman. What did she have to say about what happened to her?
So she was reluctant, I would say. But what was very surprising for me as well is she confessed that she was in love with the man, but she was only questioning the video recording. If I quote her, then she told me that I was ready for this punishment because I did something which is not socially accepted and they feel that I have done something un-Islamic. So I'm okay with the punishment until I'm allowed to live my further life on my own terms. I don't mind that punishment. But I'm very disturbed by the video because that video has brought a lot of shame for me, because otherwise what happened in the village would have stayed here and nobody would have spoken about it. Nobody would have come to know about it. So strangely, instead of, sharing a lot of pain, and she was definitely mentally upset and depressed about the incident, But she was very upset about the video going viral and people coming to know about it. I asked her if she knew who JCB was, and she said that I have heard this name, but I really don't know who hit me. I was not in a condition to understand. I was beaten up, assaulted, and people were the villagers had surrounded us. So she said that she was physically fit now. Now she doesn't, feel bad about the punishment because she's being allowed to live with this man by the villagers. But she was very upset about the video, and she said that I was not mentally prepared for all this, nationwide shame.
And you also spoke to the witnesses, the people who had gathered around while the couple was being beaten up. What kind of things did they tell you?
So there is a sense of fear in them. They fear JCB. They feel that media or police or everyone is here now. But what happens once they leave? So nobody was ready to speak on it. However, we spoke to few women who said that yes, when the woman was being beaten up, she was being pulled by her hair. And, when the torture was taking place, they felt like interrupting. They felt like rescuing the women. But, quote unquote, a woman was saying that this is part of the system and she has also done something wrong. And it was, villagers had unanimously decided to punish her. So even if I wanted to save her, how can I interrupt so many people and how can I go against a set system? There was this girl who was around 7 to 8 years of age. And when I told her, can you take me to the place where the assault or where the punishment was meted out, and she said yes. And when we were walking towards that spot, I just randomly asked her, "Dear, do you know who is JCB?" And she said that yes, JCB is very powerful and he's very strong. And I saw that on that day also this woman was being beaten up. But when I asked her, do you know the reason why she was being beaten up, and if you were standing, what other people were doing? And she said, no, my mother and everybody had told me that she had done something wrong, so she was being punished. So the eyewitnesses, the villagers, they're very against the video that went viral, but they were not very surprised by the act because they justified it that it was part of the village culture.
And Sweety, have any similar incidents come to light in Bengal in the past as well?
Yeah, Niharika. So in recent time, you will see West Bengal has been in news for a lot of incidents of mob lynching. Now, there have been incidents in Jharkhand, in Kolkata, in Salt Lake, where, people have come and under suspicion of theft or somebody stealing a mobile phone, a mob lynching has come up, and there are 4 to 5 such incidents where casualties have been reported. But if you ask me about this Chopra incident, I would say that this was not very similar to those incidents. Yes, recently there was an incident in Jalpaiguri where this woman committed suicide after this is allegation by the victim's husband, that she was, alleged of having an extramarital affair with somebody outside her marriage, and a Salisi Sabha or a Kangaroo court decided to punish her. And after, a public shame and after she was, publicly abused, she committed suicide by consuming pesticides. So this is a recent incident in Jalpaiguri, and we covered it only after the Chopra incident.
And next we talk about epilepsy, a condition that leads to recurring seizures which are triggered by an uncontrolled burst of electrical activity in the brain. Last month, Oren Nolson, a UK-based teenager, became the first person in the world to receive a brain implant to control epileptic seizures. The device, called deep brain stimulation, sends electrical signals into the brain and has reduced the boy's daytime seizures by 80%. To understand how the device works and how the condition has been treated so far, we have Indian Express's Anonna Dutt joining us. Anonna, can you begin by telling us what are epileptic seizures and how do they affect the body?
So, epilepsy is essentially a seizure condition. It can be due to anything. Sometimes it happens because of a brain injury or some sort of tumors in the brain. But in a lot of the cases, nearly half of the cases, we do not know what is the reason behind it. And of course, people, when we talk about seizures, mainly think of, the person experiencing these jerking movements of the body and arms and legs. But other than that, also some seizures would have, symptoms like the person experiencing temporary confusion or, having staring spells, looking at an object blankly, or they might have stiff muscles. So there are different types of seizures that a person can experience.
And what kind of treatments have been traditionally used to treat epilepsy, and how prevalent is the condition in India?
So when we talk about traditional treatment, there are several anti-seizure medications available in the market. These can be used in combination with a ketogenic diet, a diet which is high in fats and low in carbohydrates. Researchers don't really understand how ketogenic diet brings down seizures, but it does. And it also reduces seizures in people who are resistant to treatment. So, despite having all these anti-seizure medications, about 30% of the patients do not respond to it. So, as per several studies, the estimate is somewhere between 3 to 11.9 cases per 1,000 person.
And Anonna, can you tell us a bit about the deep brain simulation technology and how it is being used to treat epilepsy and its associated symptoms?
So, first of all, the deep brain stimulation that we're talking about, it's not a new technique. It's been used earlier as well, and not just for epilepsy, but for conditions like, Parkinson's too, and other brain conditions. Even for epilepsy, deep brain stimulation has been used for nearly a decade now. But now newer devices are coming into the market, devices that do not require, wires traveling to the chest where the implant is placed. Instead, the device is placed on the skull itself. These kind of devices are easier to maintain. They are easier to charge, which is one of the benefits of the device that we're currently talking about.
And do we know exactly how this implant works?
So essentially, epilepsy is brain signals going wrong, right? Brain signals firing in the wrong way results in these seizures. What the deep brain stimulation does is that it has leads placed inside the brain in the area from where the seizures are originating. And it delivers these pulses of electricity, which ensures that the brain activity remains normal. The thing is, deep brain stimulation is not a miracle cure for epilepsy. It still does not, bring down the seizures to zero. The particular case that we're talking about, it was a device that has been implanted in a teenage boy, and that device at the moment, what the early results show, it reduces the daytime seizures by 80%, it says. But doctors have seen varying levels of success with different devices, and it does bring down seizures, but around 40%. So this technology is used only in people who do not respond to traditional treatment.
And Anonna, is this new technology being brought to India? Can Indians here use it?
No, the device is actually right now under trial, and it hasn't been approved for use in India. There has only been a trial right now, and there are other DBS devices, at least 2 others that are available in Indian market, but they are extremely expensive. A device would cost about 12 lakh rupees is what I'm told. And, if you're going to a private setup, then add to that the cost of getting the surgery to implant the device in and all the other costs associated with it. So the bill can come up to about, say, 17 lakhs. So it is a costly affair.
And in the end, we talk about Hemant Soren's return as the Chief Minister of Jharkhand. According to a report by Indian Express's Abhishek Angad, yesterday Jharkhand Chief Minister Champai Soren stepped down from the post, paving the way for his predecessor and Jharkhand Mukti Morcha Executive President Hemant Soren's return as the Chief Minister. Champai Soren met Governor C.P. Radhakrishnan yesterday evening and tendered his resignation, after which Hemant Soren submitted his request to form the government. Earlier in the day, the ruling coalition's 45 MLAs elected Hemant as their leader and, according to insiders, convinced Champai to step down to ensure a smooth transfer of power. A leader who was present at the meeting told Abhishek that there was initial reluctance on the part of Champai Soren, but he was later convinced to give up the post. While some JMM insiders also told Abhishek that initially Hemant did not plan to take over as the CM, but made this decision because of certain missteps by the Champai Soren-led administration. The JMM leader felt that these missteps could dent the ruling coalition in the assembly elections scheduled for later this year. The governor will be deciding the date for the swearing-in ceremony and has also asked Champai Soren to remain in office till alternative arrangements are made, the Raj Bhavan said in a statement. The party insiders told Abhishek that Hemant Soren would now attempt to fulfill his government's remaining promises, and that will form his pitch to the public for the assembly polls, and during the campaign he will also make sure that he speaks about how he was kept in the jail for 5 months in a false case and that he was forced to leave the post of the Chief Minister. In his first address after getting out of jail, Hemant told the party workers that he had received information that the assembly elections might be announced early and that he was ready. Hemant Soren got bail on June 28, 5 months after he was arrested, with the Jharkhand High Court saying that there exist reasons to believe that he was not guilty of the offence of money laundering brought against him over a plot of land in Ranchi. You were listening to 3 Things by the Indian Express. Today's show was edited and mixed by Suresh Pawar and produced by Shashank, Bhargava and me, Niharika, Nanda. If you like the show, then do subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also recommend the show to someone you think will like it. Share it with a friend or someone in your family. It's the best way for people to get to know about us. You can also tweet us at Express Audio and write to us at podcasts@indianexpress.com.